Hi, I'm Chef Carol, and it's July. That means that it is peach season. I received 6 of the most delicious peaches, and I decided to make a peach cobbler. Of course, on our ketogenic lifestyle, I have to be very careful about the carbs that are used to make the crust. I went to one of my favorite sites, Wholesome Yum. They make delicious desserts. I found a recipe for peach cobbler. Once the peach is cooked up, I knew it was going to be delicious. My last and only concern was what would the crust be like. It turned out fabulous. And I also used my keto ice cream recipe, which is found here on my channel, and it was heaven. I want you to have the same experience. So let's get to it. To begin this recipe, I've measured off the following ingredient. I actually have 6 peaches that have been peeled, cored, and sliced, or probably the equivalent of 4 cups. So I'm gonna add that to my pot. I have 6 tablespoons of an allulose blend sweetener. If you like yours sweeter, after it cooks a little bit, adjust the sweetener. I also have a tablespoon of a plant-based brown sweetener. I'm adding in a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, which is optional, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Just gonna mix this together. I'm going to cook this over medium heat for 15 minutes. You'll stir occasionally according to the recipe, and you want to wait until the peaches soften and render some liquid. But after it cooks for about 15 minutes, check to see how sweet they are. I also have a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum here, but I won't be using that until after the peaches have cooked. While that's going on, I'm going to preheat the oven to 375, and I'm going to get started on the flour mixture for the healthy keto peach cobbler. The oven is preheating at 375. To this food processor, I'm going to add a cup of almond flour. I am going to now add in 1/4 cup of the allulose sweetener. I have a teaspoon of baking powder. I have 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, and I'm just going to pulse this until it mixes properly. To this flour mix, I'm going to add in a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter, cold, and I will process this until the mix is crumbly. So after a few pulses, I'm going to add in the 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. I have 1 egg, and I have a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I'm just going to pulse this until it's combined. My peaches have cooked and the sauce has thickened. So I'm going to pour the peaches in a single layer into, this is a 9 by 9. So I'm just going to drop the dough in all over the peaches. The oven has signaled that it's already heated up, and it's just waiting for this cobbler to be added into the oven. You can just use a spoon for this. I'm going to bake this at 375 for about 15 minutes. The peach cobbler is fresh and hot from the oven. It actually baked in 11 minutes instead of the 15. So ovens will vary, so just be mindful and keep your eye on it. As soon as it cools off a little, I'm going to with a scoop of keto vanilla ice cream. The recipe is also on my channel, so look for it. And I think that Wholesome Yum, who usually has great desserts, this looks pretty good.